Hi everyone and welcome back to my kitchen garden. Today I thought I'd do a quick video on how I construct and lay a metal raised bed for some autumn planting. The reason why I use metal raised beds over wood is for a few simple reasons. The first reason is that metal doesn't rot. Metal has quite a good warranty on these raised beds, and to be honest with you, I've got such a large space I can't be replacing wood every couple of years. The other reason is that quite often sleepers store slugs, and I do a lot of brassicas in my garden. And if you've ever tried to grow brassicas before, then you'll know that pests are a nightmare. So with metal raised beds, then the slugs don't store in all the wood, so it's another really good way for pest control. The third reason is literally the cost of it. Wooden raised beds can be really expensive. Every sleeper is about £25–30, so it'll cost you £100–150 per raised bed, whereas these metal ones you can pick up for £40–50. And when you've got a big plot to fill, then the cost really does matter. If I can get it open. Okay, right. Let's see what we've got. Here we have the four corners. I really like the shape of this raised bed and I just love the colour. I love the green on this sort of allotment. And here are all the side parts. And then the sides, which I'm just going to do the shape, like I say, 120 by 90. Fingers crossed. Just going to quickly lay out all the bits so I know exactly what size and where everything's going. I'd recommend doing this before you start, because the amount of times I've built a metal raised bed and I've got the sides completely wonky or the wrong parts and I haven't properly looked at the instructions. So lay it out before you start. It comes with the bolt and the lock nuts. So I'm just gonna pop the bolt through the front of it and then just screw on the lock and bolt, or whatever it's called, into the back. It comes with this, I think it might be a spanner, not sure, but I'm just going to tighten a little bit this bolt. I'm not going to make it too tight just in case I've done it a bit wrong. I don't want to spend the next hour undoing them. I'm going to get on and finish making this raised bed and return to you once it's completed. You want to make sure that the edges are sort of in front of all of the sides. When you construct it, the side bits just need to be slightly behind, like inside the raised bed. If they're outside the raised bed, you'll get a bit of a skew of shape, so just make sure they're on the inside. As fantastic as the little tools included in these flat pack boxes are, I'm actually going to use my own socket and screwdriver set because it saves quite a lot of time. I'm not knocking what's in the box, but I'm going to use my own. I'm just going to put the screwdriver in the end, hold it still and tighten it on the back until it's literally won't go any further. There we go. And here we have it, a completed 120 by 90 centimetres raised bed. Now the finishing touch that I'm just going to do now is put this trim over the top. If you've ever owned any metal raised beds, then you know that they can be a little bit sharp, so it comes with this trim, which I think is actually a really good idea because I've cut my hand quite a few times now on metal raised beds. Start in the middle, just sort of slot it over. Not gonna lie, this bit is a little bit fiddly, particularly when you get to the overlapping sections, but I'm going to show you now how I get the trim to properly go over them with just using a flathead screwdriver. What the problem is, it's hard to get this black trim over these two metal sections, So I just sort of put my screwdriver inside the trim and just try and open it up and push it over the top, just like that. So if you can't do it, just use a screwdriver and hopefully it should work for you. I've managed to put the trim on. It did take me quite a while, I'm not going to lie, it's a bit fiddly, but there's a bit of extra length, so I'm just going to trim it off so it meets in the middle and looks nice and neat. So that's how I construct a 120 by 90 centimetres metal raised bed. My next video is going to be a follow-up on this and how I'm going to fill it and plant in some broad beans for a spring harvest. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment on these videos. Every little interaction helps massively, and I will see you next time.